Yeah, yeah, good evening all. So in the last class, right, I was just briefing you about Azure Data Engineering products and services, right? Yes. Just check with this. Azure Data Engineering products and services. Azure SQL, it's a cloud ODBMS. Azure Data Lake, it is kind of file system for storing data in the form of files. It stores data in the form of tables. Azure Synapse for data warehouse and for big data operations, for analytics, for parallel processing. Azure Data Factory, it a cloud-based ETL. It is a cloud-based ETL. It's a cloud ETL or cloud-based ETL of Microsoft. Azure Databricks, it's Apache Spark-based data analytics platform. Azure Cosmos DB, it's a NoSQL database, cloud-based NoSQL database. Azure Streaming, Azure Streaming, right? Yes, processing a huge volumes of data from multiple sources simultaneously. Azure Streaming, Azure Cosmos DB, yes, cloud-based NoSQL database, and Azure Streaming. Azure Streaming is analyzing and processing huge volumes of streaming data. Streaming data means data which keeps on incrementing, data which keeps on generating. Such data we call it as streaming data. Azure Key Vault, protecting the data in the cloud. Yes. Now just check with this. So my discussion will be on this Databricks. Azure Databricks is the most important component in Azure data engineering, mostly used. What is Databricks? What is Databricks? Provides a Spark cluster in cloud. What is Databricks? Provides a Spark cluster in cloud. What is a Spark? What is Databricks? Provides a Spark cluster in cloud. Spark. What is Spark? It is a it is an execution model. It is an execution model. It is a very high speed. It is a very high speed processing model. It's a very high speed processing model. It's a very high speed processing model which processes data at a very high rate of speed. Spark features. Spark features in-memory computation. In-memory computation means storing and processing both happening at the RAM level. Storing at this memory level and processing at the memory level. Both storage and processing happening at the memory level. Supports MPP, massive parallel process. Massive parallel process. Spark features in-memory computation. Supports massive parallel process. Spark is 100 times faster. Spark is 100 times faster. Normal disk processing. Normal disk processing. Yahoo conducted a test. Example, right? You can check with this example. Yahoo has conducted a test. Yahoo conducted a test. It has taken a table. Yahoo has taken a table of 100 TB consisting of 1024 columns. Task sorting based on 16 columns. Yahoo has taken a table of 100 TB of 1024 columns. Task sorting based on 16 columns. Time taken, right? Time taken by different databases. Oracle has taken to sorting based on 16 columns. Observe this, Oracle. Oracle has taken nearly 3.5 days to process this. MySQL has taken nearly 6 days to process it. Teradata, a specialized data warehouse. Teradata, right? A specialized database used for data warehouse. It has taken 4.5 hours. And Netija, another specialized database used for data warehouse. It has just taken 3 hours. Finally, Hadoop. Hadoop has taken just 3.4 minutes. Has just taken 3.4 minutes. So this Oracle, this database have taken days of time. The specialized databases have taken hours of time. Hadoop is taken minutes of time. But Spark, see the speed of Spark is 100 times faster. Spark is 100 times faster than Hadoop. Understand here? Spark is 100 times faster than Hadoop. See the speed of Spark as compared means in Azure Databricks, we have got a Spark processing. What is Spark? It is a very high speed processing. What is Spark? Very high speed processing model. In total Azure, total data engineering. Talk about data engineering means who is processing? Spark will be processing. What is Spark? Very high speed processing model, which process data at a very high rate of speed. That too huge data, which process huge data. Okay? It's a very high speed processing model which process huge data at a very high rate of speed. So mainly in-memory computation, data stores in the RAM, process within the RAM, that is memory level storage and memory level processing because of its very high. Supports MPP, massive parallel process. Spark is 100 times faster than normal disk processing. Yahoo has conducted it. Okay. Yahoo has taken a table of 100 TB consisting of 1024 columns, task sorting based on 16 columns. What is the time taken by different things? Databases have taken 3.5 days. MySQL has taken 6 days. Specialized databases used for data warehouse like Teradata, Netezza, they have taken 4.5 hours, 3 hours. Hadoop has taken just 3.4 minutes. Yes, Spark is 100 times faster than Hadoop. But problem with Spark, independently it cannot run. It cannot run. It cannot run. It needs a cluster. It needs a cluster. But problem with Spark is independently it cannot run. It needs a cluster. It needs a cluster. Okay. It needs a cluster. What is a cluster? What is a cluster? Yeah. Group of nodes, systems connected in a network. Group of node systems connected in a network. There are two types of nodes. There are two types of nodes here. Master node and secondly worker node. Master node or driver node, worker node or slave node. We'll have one master, we'll have one master and multiple. We have one master and multiple worker nodes. In Spark, a data file will be divided, its data file will be divided into multiple partitions and is distributed across multiple nodes, multiple systems, multiple nodes. Data file will be divided into multiple parts and distributed across multiple systems. And distributed across multiple worker nodes and are processed parallelly. That's why we see that's why we see very high speed, very high speed. Example, assume we have 500 nodes. Assume we have 500 nodes. This 500 nodes cluster, yes, this 500 nodes cluster is worthy. Assume we have 500 nodes, this 500 nodes cluster, 2 TB of data. This 500 nodes cluster is worthy processing 2 TB of data at a time. For example, tomorrow your data volume increased. Tomorrow your data volume increased. Tomorrow your data volume increased. If same cluster used, if same cluster used, speed goes down. Speed goes down. Data volume increased. If same cluster used, then speed goes down as data volume increased. So we need to scale up the cluster. We need to scale up the cluster. If same cluster used, speed goes down, right, as data volume increase. So we need to scale up the cluster. How will you scale up the cluster? By adding new nodes. New nodes means new systems. New nodes. 100, think that 100 nodes added. 100 nodes added. Okay, 100 nodes added. Again, after 2 months, again 100 nodes added. So we need to scale up the cluster by adding new nodes, 100 new nodes, 100 nodes added. If same cluster used, speed goes down as data one. Again, after 2 months, again 100 nodes added. So every time we need to keep on adding the nodes. So every time scaling up your physical data center is a complex task. So every time scaling up your physical data center is a complex task. So that's why, so that's why I need the same cluster in the cloud. I need the same cluster in the cloud. And that too with auto scaling. And that too with auto scaling. capability, auto scaling capability. Who is providing this? Who is providing this? Databricks. Who is providing this? Databricks. Databricks. Spark Cloud Cluster with auto scaling feature. Spark Cloud Cluster with auto scaling feature. Example, today my data load requires 100 nodes. It requires 100 nodes. Tomorrow data volume increased. Tomorrow data volume increased. Data, it has to be extended to 200 automatically. After processing is completed, again, it has to revert back. Again, it has to revert back to 100 nodes. Again, it has to revert back to 100 nodes. This is general data breaks. It cannot interact. It cannot interact with my Azure storage services. It cannot interact with my Azure storage services. Hmm. General database, it cannot interact with Azure storage services. In Azure, storage services are what? Storage services are Azure SQL, storing in the form of tables, Azure Data Lake, storing in the form of files, Azure Synapse for data warehouse kind of operations. Yes. A regular Databricks is not compatible. Understand here, regular Databricks. A regular Databricks is not compatible. All Azure services. It's not compatible with all Azure services. That's why Microsoft plus Databricks. So that's why what regular Databricks is not compatible with all Azure services. Microsoft plus Databricks collaboratively. That's why Microsoft and Databricks collaboratively launched a new product. Microsoft plus Databricks collaboratively launched a new product called Azure Databricks. Now try to say what is Azure Databricks? Azure Databricks, ADB. It is a Spark cluster. It is a Spark cluster with auto scaling, and compatible. The Spark cluster with auto scaling and compatible with all Azure storage services. Now, Azure Databricks can read data from data lake, can read data from Azure SQL, read data from Cosmos DB, and Synapse DB. For normal Databricks, we need to do lot of other settings. For normal Databricks, we need to do a lot of other settings. We need to call different APIs. Databricks not only available for Azure, but also available for other clouds like AWS and Google. So in Databricks, who is processing the data? Yes. Who is processing the data? Yes. Spark. Spark is processing the data. It is a very high, it is a, it is a it is a processing model with a high rate of speed. It is going to process huge data, right? So in Databricks, who is processing the data? Spark. Okay. So to execute a Spark, otherwise Spark to execute, we need a cluster. That too with auto scaling. Feature. Compatible with Azure storage services. That is provided by Azure Databricks. So Azure Databricks, Spark is the main execution weapon. You are the developer. You will provide instructions to process the data in the form of coding to perform complex transformations, right? Yes. So Spark can be coded with multiple languages, like using Python or using Scala or using Java or language. So as part of the course, yes, I'm going to discuss about PySpark. PySpark. Yes. In most Databricks, in most Databricks projects, in most Databricks projects, PySpark is the majority of the code. So currently our maximum or most of the projects are available in Spark, are available in PySpark. Most of the projects are available in PySpark. So currently industry is taking two separate developers. Currently industry is taking two separate developers. For Databricks, a separate developer, for ADF, separate developer. But okay, if you see in the coming future, you will see knowledge in both. You need to have the knowledge in initially. You need to, if you want to get into company, you can go with Databricks as the ADF developer, as a Databricks developer. But as of now, calls are more for this Databricks with PySpark. People who has got knowledge with Databricks with PySpark. So as part of our course, I'll be discussing PySpark in brief, in depth, well, Databricks. Yes. PySpark is the majority of the code. Currently, most of the projects are available in PySpark. So PySpark is the, yes, PySpark is the, in total Azure data engineering, I said, PySpark is the main execution weapon. Okay. Yes. So Azure Data Engineer, right? Azure Data Factory, Databricks, PySpark, and this Azure Synapse Analytics. This is the major discussion we'll be having. And along with it, you'll be having knowledge on this Azure SQL, Data Lake, Cosmos DB, and Azure Streaming. Offerings, you'll be getting each and every session video, soft copy of this class notes, assignments, and tasks, a WhatsApp group, resumes and interview questions, live hands-on interactive sessions. So I'm making it clear about the timings. First 1 week it will be at 5 p.m. Later it will be at 6 p.m. Right? Yes. You can check in the chart. Right. The course content is provided. You can check in that. If you have got any okay. If you have got any concern, you can contact the contact details they have provided. They have provided 4 contact details. Yes. So tomorrow the link will be changing, right? You are supposed to get enrolled to get the new link. 1 second. Okay, now you can just check this course content, right? Once just check this course content. So Azure Data Factory in brief, pipeline, link service, data sets, activities, all this in brief, and with triggers, integration runtimes, and what data flows, all these things in brief. With the area of around 50 exercises, we'll be discussing in brief. Apart from this, Azure Databricks, for that introduction to this big data Hadoop, I'll be giving you the knowledge on this big data Hadoop, Spark, and working with Azure Databricks, cluster management. Yes, Databricks utilities, Databricks integrations with this, Databricks handling multiple file formats, Databricks batch processing, Databricks streaming API, Lakehouse workflows in Databricks, and Azure Synapse. This is the course content of this Azure Synapse. In brief, we'll be discussing, right? Yes. So tomorrow the link will be changed. You are supposed to get enrolled to get the new link to your mail IDs. Right, you can see in that chart, right? The payment process and the procedure and this. Any concerns, right? If you got any concerns, the contact details and yes. Any other queries from your side? So from tomorrow, we'll be starting with this actual data, Azure Data Factory. What is Azure Data Factory? And it's a zero coding ETL. No coding is involved in this ADF. Everything drag and drop. Everything looks simple. All right. Any other queries? Any other queries you have got, anyone? So first 1 week, the class sessions will start at 5 o'clock, but later it will be at 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. 6 to 7 it will be what? So you can do the all these practicals, whatever I discussed, you can do it parallelly along with me. When any errors, just you can share the screen and look into it. Right. So all hands-on and the interactive sessions. If you got any queries, you can ask immediately then and there. So you will get you will get a great command on this entire Azure data engineering. You can get through the interview process. A typical 4+ years experience person, how much knowledge he has got, that much knowledge you are going to get, right? So a lot of job opportunities for this Azure data engineer. So especially if you see the salary package, also huge packages for these people. It's 1.5 times other than the other technologies, and lot of jobs for this. Lot of calls you can see for this as a data engineer. The two with knowledge on this Azure Databricks and the two with the PySpark. Yeah, fine. So I'm stopping for now. We'll continue tomorrow, right? But the link with the new link, right? So get enrolled for getting the videos to your Google Drive, for getting the notes and getting added to the WhatsApp group. Yes, fine. Thank you all for your time. Thank you. Meet you tomorrow.